I really like the way the rod feels in hand.
Hey everybody, how you doing? Welcome back. I would like to do a review of a rod that I've been anticipating for quite some time now. What I'm talking about is the Hunt series from KISTLER, designed by Aaron Hunt from Angling with Aaron. He is a big BFS guy and great guy, love his channel. I got a chance to get my hands on the rod. It came in last week. I just threw a quick reel on there just to be able to get out. I was able to get out on the water today. First impressions, this rod is beautiful. It's very lightweight and very comfortable. Premium cork, little rubber butt, the foam on the locking nut. I'm very used to a through blank handle, and I have to say that after holding this and fishing with it a little bit, it is really comfortable. Maybe because there's a little bit more girth right here. Palming it and holding the rod is very, very comfortable. This rod is rated from 3/64 of an ounce to 3/8 of an ounce, which boils down to 1.5 grams to 10 grams. Now that's a pretty big range. And you can see how soft this tip is. So honestly, I had my doubts as to how well it would throw and handle weights on the upper end towards 10 grams. I started out throwing a whopper plopper this morning that was 1/4 ounce. It really whips that bait out there good. Feels really good in hand. It's light. Dude, did you guys see that? I don't know how he didn't take that. And honestly, it handled it perfectly. I am really used to a faster tip BFS rod. Most of my BFS rods are shorter, like in the 6-foot range. So they're very stout and they have very fast tips. So I'm able to use those, like I use them to fish my Helgramites with. My hooks are not exposed. So you have some power to set that hook, drive that hook into the fish's mouth. So I had my reservations about how much power this rod was going to have. I honestly thought the tip was going to be a little bit too light, but Trey knows what he's doing. It gets pretty stiff pretty fast as it, down into the blank, so it seems to not be underpowered. But it was able to throw. Right now I have on a 1/16 ounce jig head. A little tiny swim bait. So I was able to fish all the way down to a 1/16 ounce is like 1 3/4 gram, all the way up to 7 grams, which is what 1/4 ounce is. And the more I fished with this rod, the more impressed I was. I caught 2 tiny little smallmouth, and at least I was able to feel those bites, even with the little tiny fish. And obviously setting the hook was no problem. But I really enjoyed fishing with this rod. It's 7 foot long. This is the 3X version. They make a 4X and a 3X, so this is a little more stout. It is 7 foot long. And I don't know, I tell you what, the more I fished with it, the more I fell in love with it. It as soft as the tip is, it still allowed me to control the bait, cast the bait accurately, repeatedly, and the length enabled me to get that bait out as far as I needed to. It was a little tough throwing this little tiny guy, but I also was right on the bank of a river and I didn't have any room hardly to cast. Once I was able to actually get a cast, it whipped it out there really well. Again, I was impressed. I was very impressed with how it handled the heavier lure. It seemed to really performed well. was pleasantly surprised. Again, it was really comfortable. It's really lightweight. I only had a couple hours to go out and fish, and I really wanted to stay out in the water and fish with it all day. It just kind of disappears in the hand. The cork is soft. This exceeded my expectations, put it that way. I'm really excited. This is going to work for trout, I think, for me, and also work in the streams really well for any kind of moving baits that I fish, whether it is crankbaits or topwater or these little swim baits. I fish little jerk baits for trout, and I think anything there's a treble hook or an exposed hook where you don't need that power to drive a big jig hook, a big thick hook into their mouth. I think it's going to work perfectly. I'm so excited. I'm not sure whether they're going to make a 2X in this line. Again, this rod really did perform well. I like the looks. I wasn't sure if I was going to like the green, but with the silver, I think it looks really sweet. It's sophisticated, so to speak. I'm going to put a all silver reel on here, so I think it's going to cosmetically look wonderful. Check out Angling with Aaron. He's got a few videos that he did on this rod, but this is his line of BFS rods. Amazing rods made by KISTLER. Him and Trey worked together and designed this series, and I'm really excited to be able to fish with it, especially trout season. Some colder weather's coming up now, so I had a great time fishing with it this morning. I just wanted to give you my 2 cents on this brand new series of rods, you guys. If you are so inclined, I would go out and get yourself some. Thank you. Thanks, guys. See you on the next one.